Hey everyone and welcome. This is an RWG Publishing Explainer, and today we're diving into the craft of writing, all based on Bill Vincent's fantastic guide, The Writer's Workshop. If you've ever felt that little pull to tell a story, or even just wondered what it really takes to create one from scratch, then you are in the right place. Let's get right into it.
So let's start with the big one. What does it actually take to become an author? Is it some kind of magical talent you have to be born with? Well, the great news is that's a total myth. This guide makes one thing crystal clear. Writing is a craft. It's something that can be learned, and it's something that you get better at with dedicated practice. It's all about building a skill, not just waiting around for a lightning bolt of inspiration to strike.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through the 6 key stages of the author's journey. We'll start with answering the writer's calling, then move to forging your tools, finding the heart of your story, discovering your unique voice, getting that story from draft to done, and finally, looking at what happens beyond the manuscript. It's basically a complete roadmap from that first little idea all the way to publication. Okay, let's start at the very beginning with the writer's calling. This is all about giving yourself permission to have this ambition and understanding that writing is a skill that just gets better and better with practice. And the foundation of all that practice, the one thing that's going to carry you through, is building a routine.
You know, a routine isn't just about discipline for the sake of it. The book actually calls it a wellspring for your creativity. And I love that. Having a steady, predictable schedule basically kills procrastination, and it trains your brain to be creative on command. It turns inspiration from some random visitor into a reliable partner who shows up for work, ready to go, every single day. So, once your routine is in place, you're going to need your tools. This next part is all about forging them. And hey, we're not just talking about a laptop here. It's about gathering everything you need to let your ideas flow without any friction.
It's interesting. Beyond all the modern digital tools, the book really champions the classics, like a simple pencil. The physical act of erasing and rewriting actually gives you this tangible sense of progress that staring at a screen can't always match. But you know, the most crucial tool of all is that last one on the list, pure, undisturbed time. That right there is a writer's true currency.
Okay, so our routine is set, our tools are gathered, and now we get to the really fun part, the heart of the story. This is where we learn how to craft characters that feel like real, breathing people and plots that will keep readers completely glued to the page. So, how do you create a character that feels truly alive? Well, the book offers some really practical techniques, like literally interviewing your characters about their secrets, or using pictures from magazines for inspiration. But here's maybe the most important takeaway. Your protagonist must have a personal stake in the plot, and they have to undergo some kind of transformation. That journey of change is what makes a story really stick with you.
And now for the great writer debate. Are you a plotter, someone who outlines every little detail, or are you a pantser, someone who discovers the story as you write it? A plotter loves having a map. A pantser enjoys the surprise of the journey. But the book stresses there is no wrong answer here. In fact, a lot of writers are kind of a hybrid of both. The only goal is to find what works for you.
Now, these are just a few of the creative strategies that are packed into this guide. To really explore them in more detail and start building your own world, you can find the Writer's Workshop on Amazon. Okay, with our characters and plots starting to take shape, we can now focus on a more subtle but absolutely crucial element, finding your voice. This is all about mastering dialogue and developing a style that is uniquely yours. It's what makes your story sound like you and nobody else. You know, great dialogue does so much more than just move the story along. Every single line should be working hard to reveal character, to advance the plot, or to build tension. Here's a key tip from the book that I just love. Give each character such a distinct voice that if you covered up the names on the page, you'd still know exactly who is speaking. And this all ties directly into what we call your authorial voice. Now, the book itself calls it ethereal, and it can be. It's a little hard to pin down, but it's so important. It's basically your fingerprint on the page, the sum of your word choices, your rhythms, your tone. It's that unique perspective that makes a reader come back for your next book. So, you found your voice, and you finished that first draft. Seriously, stop and take a moment. Congratulations. That is a huge accomplishment. But the work isn't quite over. Now we get into the critical phase of refinement. This section is all about the art of transforming that rough draft into a polished, professional manuscript.
Revision can feel totally overwhelming, right? So the book offers this really cool strategy called the symbol method. Instead of trying to fix everything all at once, you use different colored pens and symbols for multiple passes. So maybe one pass is just for adding more detail, another is for rewriting clunky sentences. This approach breaks that huge task into much smaller, manageable steps, which makes it far less intimidating.
And hey, here is a powerhouse tip for making your writing more dynamic. Instead of saying someone walked quickly, which relies on a weak adverb, find a stronger verb, right? Did they scurry? Did they dash? Did they stride? Using those specific nouns and strong verbs creates a much more vivid and immediate picture in your reader's mind. It's a game changer.
And now we're at the final step. Your manuscript is polished, it's ready to go, so what's next? Well, now it's time to navigate the path to publication and finally share your amazing work with the world.
You've basically got two main roads you can go down: traditional publishing and self-publishing. With traditional, a publisher invests in your book, they handle the process, and you earn royalties. If you self-publish, you are the publisher. You manage the whole process, and you keep full creative and financial control. Neither path is better. It's really about choosing what's right for you and for your specific goals.
Now, whichever path you end up choosing, an author platform is your direct connection to readers. Things like a website, an email list, and social media are the core pieces. But the best advice from the book is this: only do what you genuinely enjoy. That authenticity is what's really going to connect you with an audience.
And, that really brings us to the core message, the ultimate takeaway from the Writer's Workshop. I want you to let this one really sink in. No one else can write your book. Your voice, your unique perspective, your story, they are completely unique to you. The world is waiting for the book that only you can write.
So if you feel that pull, if that quote just resonated with you, this guide is an absolutely incredible companion for the journey ahead. You can find the Writer's Workshop on Amazon and get started today.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. After everything we've covered, from routines and tools to your voice in publishing, the most important question still remains, doesn't it? What story is waiting for you to tell? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.